This is the Star News Brief. I'm Joeli Regi. President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga are working on a plot to woo the county assemblies and have the Building Bridges Initiative bill passed in a record time. The two principals have kicked off a simultaneous consolidation drive of assemblies in their strongholds to have MCAs approve the bill in the shortest time to realize a June referendum. Already, the principals are sure of bagging at least 28 out of the 47 assemblies. Sources told The Star that the two leaders are pushing to have the bill debated and passed within 2 weeks at the friendly assemblies. Concerned by the flying time, both the president and the opposition chief are now directly whipping their friendly counties to pass the document soonest. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing star 550 star 3 hash. A lobby group, Linda Katiba Movement, has launched a campaign to rally Kenyans to reject the Building Bridges Initiative in totality. The Martha Karua-led lobby on Monday unveiled a website which Kenyans could sign up to oppose the constitutional amendment drive. Speaking at a Nairobi hotel, Karua said Kenyans have the numbers to defeat the selfish plans by the political class. Economist David Ndii said Kenyans must reject the BBI or else they'll find themselves in the state they were in before the advent of multi-party democracy in 1992. Activist Jerotich Sei said Kenyans should not sit back and watch as leaders change the law to suit their selfish goals. From the sheer volume of fresh water to its deep history enshrined in rock art and Ptolemy's maps and its diverse communities, Lake Victoria provokes both intrigue and reverence. The earliest mention of Africa's largest Great Lake and the source of the Nile River dates back to the maps of ancient explorer Ptolemy in the 2nd century CE. The lake borders 3 countries in East Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya, and covers a massive 68,800 square kilometers. This makes it the largest tropical lake in the world and the world's 2nd largest freshwater lake, second only to Lake Superior in North America. Over the last few decades, the population living around the lake has grown at one of the fastest rates in the world. The last estimation was 40 million people, though this is projected to skyrocket to 53 million in 2020. Powerful, influencer, and a fighter. These are some of the words used to describe former powerful cabinet minister Simeon Nyachae, even though most of his enemies described him as arrogant, dictatorial, overbearing, and self-righteous. Nyachae, who was a shrewd businessman and entrepreneur, died on February 1st at the Nairobi hospital after battling an illness for 10 years. Nyachae served under both regimes of the late President Daniel Moi and retired President Mwai Kibaki. He had also served as a provincial administrator in various parts of the country. Nyachae served as the Chief Secretary, Head of Civil Service, and Secretary to the Cabinet between 1984 and 1987 when he retired from the civil service. The cases of unrest in schools might be as a result of drug abuse among learners, the National Authority for Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse has said. The agency on Monday said their claim was not based on recent evidence, but previous surveys in learning institutions unearthed rampant substance abuse in schools. NACADA Board Chair Mabel Imbuga said a national survey carried out in June 2018 found that 20.2%, 1 in 5 of primary school pupils, have ever used at least one drug or substance in their lifetime. The survey also found that 16.9% of learners were using at least one drug or substance of abuse. It further revealed that 3.2% of primary school pupils were using tobacco, 2.6% on alcohol, and 2.3% chewing miraa or mogoka. Kenya spent approximately 250 billion shillings by the end of last year to fight the social-economic pressures of COVID-19, according to the latest International Monetary Fund report. The summary of the country's fiscal measures in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, as compiled by IMF, shows the country spent 230 billion shillings on non-health measures and 10 billion shillings on healthcare. The amount was the second highest amongst low-middle income earning countries, with Nigeria topping the chart, having spent a total of $6.4 billion or 1.5% of its gross domestic product. Kenya's COVID-19 expenditure was 2.4% of the GDP. It was followed by Uzbekistan, which spent $2.2 billion. Get a copy of The Star by subscribing to our e-paper for only 10 shillings by dialing *550*3#.